The ground here is rock hard, so I only managed to get one tent pole halfway into the ground. So, lesson learned, I should have bought a self-standing tent. But at least I have a bike. And off they go. Those guys left Czechoslovakia only about 3 weeks ago, I think. Made it all the way to Guinea today. I couldn't imagine. I mean, most of the time I feel like I'm traveling too fast. I couldn't imagine going at a pace like that. But I guess to them, that's what the fun is all about. And plan for today. We camped here at just 30 kilometers or so from the border with Guinea. But I think I'll start out with backtracking a little bit. Because the last town to have a petrol station in it is 20 kilometers back there. And I'm still not quite sure about the fuel situation in Guinea. And I don't really want to risk being stuck without fuel. So I think I'll pack up, head back into town, say goodbye to these bees, get some more fuel, and then I'll be off to Guinea. The tank is now topped up and I have 3 liters extra, so hopefully I can make it to Conakry. We'll find out. I was talking about the fires earlier, and of course people here, they're burning their rubbish and they're burning fields and doing some deforestation in some places. But this is what I really don't get. Just letting everything burn freely in a place where most houses are made of straw. Welcome to Guinea, where I think, because I have the tourist e-visa, I don't need a pass avant for my bike. But I do need a SIM card. I have a deep hatred for these bags of water. That is one hot Insta360. But GoPro, still going strong. And now we just hope that this place doesn't have as many bees as last night. Already got stung by a wasp today. I struggle to sleep because it's too hot until 3 a.m. or so. And then when I do wake up after my dreadful sleep, I'm so dehydrated that it feels like I have a hangover. There's a lot of being either way too hot or way too cold on this trip. But I'll pack up and get going down south towards Conakry. Don't think I'll make it today, but probably tomorrow. It's so good to have some landscape again. The past few days were just boring, dead straight roads, and everything was flat. Things are looking up now. Sort of reminds me of Southeast Asia or something. Right, came down here for my lunch stop. Got myself some oranges, some bananas, some water. Well, the reason I came down here for it, and that I tend to hide for it, is that I'm not really confident or comfortable with the amount of attention that I'm getting out here. Like, I just went to the market to buy my fruits, and just immediately I'll have a crowd of 20 people surrounding me, looking at me, and everybody coming towards me wanting to say hi to the tourists. They're really friendly, incredibly friendly, all of them. But I'm a bit too much of an introvert for that. For now, I'll sit here by this small stream and have my fruits and my water in private. Because the scenery is just getting more and more spectacular, and there's even some roadworks going on. We'll see if I can get started again on this hill and say hello to that cow. Hello, cow.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
You okay?
Yeah.
Okay. And then people won't.
Good morning from Guinea. I keep saying this video is gonna end because I am very much running out of space on my SD cards, and I am now also running out of power on my cameras and my power banks. I do have a charger in my bike, but it's under the seat, and while it does work, I don't really want to use it when it's this hot, because I'm concerned by just how hot those batteries are gonna get. I am now also slightly running low on fuel, which is absolutely my own fault. I was in a sort of larger town yesterday, which had one open fuel station. It had a bunch of closed ones, and then somebody pointed me towards one, which was still open. And of course I got there, and there was just a big line of people, and the fuel was rationed, and I just didn't feel good about taking any. Because these were locals who really needed lots of those moto taxi guys and whatnot. So I figured I would just continue and cross my fingers, and then try and live off the black market gas instead. Usually I try to avoid purchasing black market gas, because you just never know about the quality of it. But anyway, I'll just continue down the N21 on black market gas and hope that my bike doesn't explode. Something I wasn't at all aware of before I came to Guinea is just how beautiful it is. A pleasant surprise after Senegal. No offense to Senegal, but it's just not all that picturesque. Lots of things are difficult here. Road conditions are very difficult. Fuel is tricky. Internet access is restricted. But for the first time in quite a while, I am actually genuinely enjoying it, which I'm very happy about, because yeah, for a week or so I really wasn't. Anyway, let's pack up and get going and see what the day has to bring.
Guinea dong. Why you don't put far a bit?
Right. I've had a rough night in a room full of bedbugs. But the good news is that today I got my visa for the Ivory Coast. So I think it's now time to leave Conakry, leave the traffic, the noise, the crowds, and get back out to some beautiful green Guinean countryside. Merci. Good morning from Guinea, where I find myself struggling. My bike is doing great, still going strong. No issues with my tent. No real issues with anything, actually, apart from myself. You see, I can somewhat cope with the heat during the day, but I can't cope with it during the night. I just can't sleep. I think this night is sort of even, yesterday and last night it was a bit, I was gonna say colder, a bit less hot than it has been for a few days, but still, even so, I think I only managed to fall asleep at about 3 a.m. It had cooled down enough, and woke up half an hour later soaked in sweat, and then I was just back and forth between sleeping and drowning until the sun came out at 7 a.m. So I'm trying to work out what to do. It bothers me partially because I was quite looking forward to sub-Saharan Africa, and partially because I thought I could deal with this sort of thing better. I thought after a few days my body would kind of adjust to it. I have traveled quite a lot in the past, so I do have some experience, and I'm not sure if either it's hotter here than anywhere else I've ever been, don't know, or if I've just become worse at dealing with it. I'm reasonable at dealing with the cold. I mean, camping in France in negative degrees, I was quite okay. And while I did wake up once in the Atlas Mountains from being cold, I just put on my thermals and some extra socks, and I was quite fine. But not here. Not here. So I'm trying to work out a plan. The obvious and tempting thing would be to just say screw the tent and stay in air-conditioned hotels. But I genuinely can't afford to do that too often. I can only really think of one thing to do. I can't quit. That's not in my nature. Cooler temperatures are a really long way away from here. I think that would be all the way down in probably Angola, which is about 6,000 kilometers. I did have a look at the map, and I think, not taking into account time waiting at border crossings and visas and time for editing and taking breaks, not including those things, I think I should be able to make it to Angola in just over 2 weeks. So I guess including those things, I might be able to do it in 3 weeks. But that's gonna be one hell of a ride. So I'm still not sure. I don't know what I'm gonna do. While I was in Conakry, while I was enjoying the air conditioning, I did get some stuff done. I edited a couple of videos for this channel, but I did something else too. You see, partially because I've been working on a project for a really long time, and partially because I needed to clear up some space on my hard drive, I finally finished a video which stems from a project I did with a couple of friends more than a year ago, and which I started editing a new cutoff back in September, I guess. So basically, I think you should go and check that one out. I'm gonna end this episode here today, and while you wait for the next one, I suggest you go to my other channel. I'll put a link down in the description below, and watch the latest video, which is called In Search of Buran, the Lost Soviet Space Shuttle. Here's a little taste.